What's up, everyone? I am here with the one and only Brent Spiner. I'm having kind of a real geek moment here talking to you, but we're here to talk about Independence Day Resurgence. Dr. Okun back. A lot of us thought he was dead. What's up with that? How are you back after 20 years?
I think I like to call it Dr. Okun not dead yet.
Right.
Yet. And maybe never. But no, he was not dead. You know what? They should have just added like a groan or something coming out of my mouth.
Finger twitch.
Yeah, people would know he's not exactly dead. He's sort of dead, but not quite.
Well, that's crazy, though, to get a call like 20 years after you did a movie. And did you think he was dead all these years? Like,
No.
No? You always knew in your mind,
right?
I'm not dead.
Yes, because for two reasons. One, there was a line that Adam Baldwin had, who kind of lifts me up, and he turns and he said, "He's dead," and they cut that line before the movie was released. So I thought, well, that's a good sign. And number two is on the, I think on the special edition director's cut, Roland and Dean Devlin talk about it and say he's not dead. He's just
awesome.
Very, very sad.
Yeah. So what's been going on with your character then for the past 2 decades?
Well, do you want to know? Do you want to spoil it here? I mean,
no.
It's not a big deal. I think they've released it that he has been in a coma for 20 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're waking up and as far as you know, the aliens never left.
Exactly. As far as I know, the 60s never left.
That's true.
So,
that is true, yeah. So he must be really bummed then when he wakes up and finds out even more like great 60s acts are no longer around.
Well, exactly. But he's kind of fascinated by what has happened in 20 years as well, because for him, it's just the next day. For everyone else, 20 years has gone by. Right. So, yeah.
Now, so your character then in this one, what sort of, is there any sort of almost ripple effect or lasting trauma from what the aliens did to him in the first one?
Yes.
What can you tell us a little bit about that?
He misses them.
Really?
No. I don't really want to destroy it for people, but yeah, there is he has been affected by his experience with the aliens, as have the president, President Whitmore, Bill Pullman's role, and a couple of other characters in the movie.
Now, what was the most fun for you about just coming back to do another Independence Day, especially 2 decades later? It's crazy.
Fun? Well, it was all fun. It was fun to be able to come back and see all my friends again from the first film, and it was fun to work with Roland, who was a blast to work with. And it was fun to play this character again, Not that many people get to revisit a part 20 years later. I feel like I'm sort of part of a really wonderful fraternity of people who have gotten to do the 20-year club. Some have gone even more. I mean, Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher, what is that, the 40-year club or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
And Stallone with Rockies and Terminator, Schwarzenegger did it.
Right.
Paul Newman, Fast Eddie Felsen.
That's right, Color of Money. Yeah.
Color of Money, yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, think about that. There really is. It is quite the fraternity there, or club, I should say, that everyone, to be in. What? So 20 years from now, when we do yet another one, is he going to be back in the waking up yet again? Is he going to be the last remnant of the 60s in the year 2036?
I think Jeff Goldblum will be there too. So I think both of us will be there 20 years from now.
When you got the call 20 years ago or maybe even a little more than that, to do the first picture, you're still smack dab in the middle of Star Trek and everything.
I was just finished with it, or just finished with the series.
And started to do the movies. Right?
Yeah. We'd done one movie, I think, at that point.
So, but you're tied to an iconic science fiction property, an iconic science fiction character. Did you have any trepidation at the time about doing a big sci-fi movie where you're like, oh, why can't it be a comedy or a drama or something like that?
I didn't really think of it that way. I just wanted to play something else. And I really felt also that it was important at that time to do something bigger than life, because I had seen other people try to break out of their quote-unquote iconic roles, and by playing something closer to them, and it didn't really work because they weren't as interesting as their iconic role was.
Okay.
So I thought, well, I don't want to make that mistake, and I was really looking for something that could be bigger than life, but different. And Dr. Okun filled the bill.
Yeah. Well, you know, Roland Emmerich is a director who is not shy about grand spectacle. That is kind of his forte.
Right.
What is he like to work with as an actor? Because people, I feel like they talk about him in terms of the visuals, but you know, let's face it, we remember a lot of the characters from his movies.
Exactly.
And that speaks to a different type of director.
Well,
so,
it does, and
yeah.
he's, you know, he's now referred to as the soulful master of disaster, and soulful because I think because he does care about the humanity that's involved as well, and yeah, he's very into the acting part of the movie making. I mean, he's got great control over, you know, this gigantic, massive production, but he's also into the performances, and you do a lot of takes.
Wow.
Because he wants to experiment with it and let you play with it, and he's great to work for.
Yeah, see, now that to me is a great thing to hear about a director who, you know, especially for actors. I mean, this is between all the explosions, everything. These are the moments that you guys are showing up on set for.
Right.
You know, so it has to be incredibly rewarding to be like, thank you for giving me a director who's actually paying attention to what I'm doing in this scene.
Absolutely,
You know?
and someone who is open to collaboration. You know, sometimes people get very precious with their material and won't let you change a syllable of what's going on. But if Roland's very open, if you've got an idea or a thought or a line or a, you know, and he likes it, he'll at least let you try it.
Okay.
And I found that really the best directors are like that.
Now, Independence Day, a lot of movies, especially that were big moments, a big movie at a moment in time, you know, they don't really stand the test of time, or they're not part of the pop culture memory.
No.
This movie is. It's lasted 20 years. The entire generation of IGN staff grew up with that movie, like, you know.
And
so,
it is on television every day,
right,
somewhere.
And
you know.
especially in America, July 4th weekend, it's
You
got to
have Independence Day.
Exactly. Thank you so much for coming by today. It was
Delighted, Jim.
it's a big treat for a geek like me to meet you.
I can only imagine. It just must be unbelievable.
Well, I'm just glad the money was right.
Yeah,
That's all
well,
I'm saying.
that was. Why do you think I'm here?
And the location.
Please, yeah.
We could have taken
exactly.
to Jamaica, but you're in Culver City. I mean, why would you pass that up?
Is that where we are?
We are in Culver City, California. So thank you for watching. For all things movies, keep it here on IGN.